Good day, everyone. I am Kristen Kyle Maximo, together with my groupmates Meljoy Dimson, Haname Isparma, and Paula Jer Volante. And today, we will present to you three chapters. And for the first chapter that we will going to discuss is the changes in the landscape of retail marketing. After this chapter, you will be able to understand the changes in retail marketing. Next, to review the differences in retail marketing approaches in developing and developed countries, and to understand the lessons learned from the Big Bazaar experience in India. So, retailers across the globe possess the key for opening the doors to a new world that can give better experiences for consumers. Retailers have more power in the value chain. So, retail marketing has changed a lot in recent years due to technology, how people shop, and competition. Retailers now focus more on online sales, personalized experience, and customer service. They invest in e-commerce websites, use data to personalize marketing, and improve the overall shopping experience. Companies like Amazon, Walmart, and Nike have all adapted to these changes to stay competitive in the fast paced digital world. In conclusion, the changes in retail marketing are driven by technological advancements, evolving consumer preferences, and increased competition in the industry. By adapting to these changes and implementing innovative strategies, retailers can remain competitive and effectively reach their target audience in today's digital age.
Office model or buy online pick up in store model is a prime example of how customer can persuade. It is also an omni-channel fulfillment method where online customers can buy online and then pick up the purchase in store. It is commonly known as click and check curbside pickup and reserve online pickup in store or ROPIS. How developers and owners are getting it right. Retail developers and property owners are struggling to determine the right mix of retailers, store sizes, and formats that can attract shoppers and enhance their shopping experience. For instance, traditional small owner and retail property owners are experimenting with dining options and other forms of entertainment. In India, Bollywood personalities including actors, singers are invited to perform for special events that are organized at mall. This increases the mall's visibility and expands the consumer's footprint into the mall. Some shopping malls and urban shopping districts have become places where communities meet and socialize. Improving the retail journey. To improve the retail journey, developers, property owners, and retailers must be aligned in their strategic mindset so that they can create experiences that can draw consumers in and ensure that they keep coming back. The Big Bazaar experience. A few years ago, the retail marketing mantra was location, location, location. Now, of course, retail marketing is all about experience, experience, and experience. Retail marketing can be summed up into four lines. Number one, how to attract the customers into your scope. Number two, how to maximize the time spent by the customer in the store and how to ensure that this leads to maximization of the sales revenue. Number three, how to create a unique experience for the shopper so that the consumer visits the stores again and again. And last is how to ensure the customer experience is good, that it translates into word of mouth publicity for your store. Today, marketers agree that the word of mouth publicity is the number one in terms of promoting your products or services. Needless to add, this is a double-edged sword.
To continue the discussion on Chapter 4, let's now discuss retail localization, competition, consumer preferences, predictive modeling, retail marketing, and customer focus. But before that, let me read this first to you. Retail is more than selling. It's about understanding your customer. In India, this means recognizing unique cultural nuances. As Kishore Biyani, the Raja of Retail says, success here is not just about global trends. It's about embracing the indigenous of the consumer. So now, let's explore how innovation and local insights can reshape Indian retail. we have the retail localization. Retail is a local business. Thus, what works in Denmark may not work in India. The Raja of Retail, Mr. Kishore Biani, feels that the Indianness of consumer needs to be recognized to succeed in the Indian retail market. Second is competition and customer preferences. Retail is a highly competitive industry. The combination of intense competitions and shifting consumer preferences can seriously impact your business. And for the third, we have the predictive modeling. Predictive modeling and data analytics are among the techniques used to understand consumer behavior, which can often be unpredictable. And fourth is retail marketing. Retail marketing is about customer satisfaction, innovation, scalability, cost-effective structure, and excellent execution at the store level. And lastly, we have the customer focus. Kishore Biani, often labeled a maverick, has introduced many innovations in retail, most of which were based on observations of consumer behavior, preferences, and dislikes. On to the next slide, let's further discuss the private label, promotions, customer loyalty, multi-domestic strategy, and entrepreneurship. So first, we have the private labels. John Miller and Bear, thought to be foreign brands, are actually local labels by future growth, leading to customer feelings of deception. Second, we have the promotion. Big Bazaar uses promotion like trade-in discounts and BOGO offers on slow-moving items, but the quality of their apparel is questioned. So when we say BOGO, it means buy one, get one. Next is the customer loyalty. Biani's success in Kolkata highlights the importance of building customer loyalty, thought that doesn't apply equally across India. And for the fourth one, we have the multi-domestic strategy. The diverse Indian retail market requires a regional approach, making it complex and exciting. And lastly, the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are risk takers and innovators, but their focus on themselves can be problematic during tough times. Success in retail requires constant agility and adaptations to changing consumer trends. To continue the discussion on Chapter 4, let's now discuss retail localization, competition, consumer preferences, predictive modeling, retail marketing, and customer focus. But before that, let me read this first to you. Retail is more than selling. It's about understanding your customer. In India, this means recognizing unique cultural nuances. As Kishore Biani, the Raja of Retail says, success here is not just about global trends. It's about embracing the Indianness of the consumer. So now, let's explore how innovation and local insights can reshape Indian retail.
According to Biryani, retailing is not just about selling products, it is about selling an idea. What is very crucial in retailing is to make customers relate to every product that we are selling as well as the store environment. Right at the inception, Big Bazaar learned about the power of visual merchandising. So it is an art by which a retailer makes the store talk to its customers. Colors, signages, lights, look and feel, everything is taken into account. So, there is a category management that is based on the belief that the customer is walking into a store looking for a party shirt or a formal trouser, rather than a particular brand. The store is then designed according to categories like men's formal wear, women's western wear, and casual wears. So the processes followed by future group was identify a trend, conceptualize it, prepare samples of it, understand its business viability, place orders for fabric, and manufacture. So while all these activities are going on as part of the process, simultaneously work on the store design and visual merchandising as to begin and be completed by the time the products are dispatched from the factories or the stores. Retail is like the puzzle where you have to bet on the unknown. As a retailer, one has to reinvent oneself almost every day. And to do that, a lot of decisions has to be made on the spur of the moment and closer to the shop floor. So in retail, You are either operation driven, where your main thrust is towards reducing expenses and improving efficiency, or you are a merchandise driven. The ones that are truly merchandise driven can always work on improving operations, but the ones that are operations driven tend to level off and begin to deteriorate. So a retailer must always focus on the front end while outsourcing the back end activities. So the job of a retailer is to create demand. Building a robust supply chain is important, but this is not the primary role of a retailer. Focus on the customer, keeping the business model simple and agile and open to adaptation is vital. Strengthening the front end is the key to success in retail. Retailing is about understanding and interpreting the customer's needs, anticipating what the customers wants. So therefore, one has to understand customers' needs first and then build the supply chain. Though logistics capabilities are the bedrock of a successful retail operation, understanding the customer has been the number one priority of a retailer. To build a successful retailing model in India, retailers have to leverage the huge power of micro enterprises and the indigenous supply chain in India. Mindshare is all about consumer awareness of a product or brand. Retailing is all about battle for the mind share and not a battle for the market share.
Chapter 5: Retail Marketing Strategies Basis for Sustainable Competitive Advantage. Here are the learning objectives. To learn about the various marketing strategies in retail, to understand the importance of marketing strategies in gaining competitive advantage, to review the micro and macroeconomic factors that shapes retail strategy, and to understand the open buy strategy in retail. But first, let us know what is retail strategy. A retail strategy is a marketing plan that details how a business intends to offer its products or services to consumers and influence their purchase. The strategy refers to how a store and its product sells goods to target customers. Each type of retail business has to make decisions about all the details of the marketing mix. A marketing mix consists of the product, price, place, promotion, and packaging. Internet marketing strategies and those for stores that people shop at in person must be developed to meet the needs of the potential customers. A retail marketing strategy is the first outline in business plan. It contains about the intention of goals of the company. It is created before a business opens. Business plan includes research about who the company's potential customers are as well as what their needs and wants. In corporate marketing, merchandising, and planning and allocation teams typically do not work on the weekends, even though weekends are the busiest time in field. Corporate teams meet on Monday to go over the numbers from the weekend, but analysis after the big game can be less effective than following the sales and inventory during the game. Retailers can use technology to lure shoppers back into retail stores. Consumers are more inclined to use internet and social media to gather information before making a purchase. Shoppers tend to use the store as a showroom, checking out products in store before they purchase it on online retail for a cheaper price. To combat this strategy, retailers need to adopt new technology. Employees and customers have to be empowered with information with the needs to be leveraged to transform the shopping experience into a fun-filled one. Use of data to drive business decision is an important retail strategy. Retailers should gather the consumer data to predict purchase patterns and deliver relevant content. Some of these strategies that the retailers can follow are the designated below. Highlight positive experiences that your existing consumers are having on social media. Next is to encourage customers to share their positive experiences at your store on social media so that a positive buzz can be created in the store experience. Attractive window displays to come into your store. Provide great content that is relevant to your niche and is to help the prospective buyer to look out for. Most retail business is offline despite the popularity of electronic retail. Consumers love to use the internet, but physical retailers do not have that much of a presence on the net. Compete using customer experience and quality rather than price. Create an in-store experience from storytelling to service excellence. Online retailers offer fast service, styles, sizes, availability, etc. Mobilize social media fans that you already have. Fans are ready to engage with you. They've given you permission to market to them. To turn them into customers, motivate them through a social coupon. Next is frontline retail employees are often under leverage phase of your brand and core to providing differentiate customer experiences. Yet, a 2013 Gallup study found that only 30% of the U.S. workforce feels engaged at work. Gallup identified not understanding what the company stands for as a major contributor to lackluster employee engagement. Last is the retailers can battle back up by creating an employee brand to reinforce core brand message through compelling communications. Employee branding turns employee into brand ambassadors, passionate, living, breathing reasons to visit in-store person instead of buying it online.
The presentation focuses on retail marketing strategies as a basis for sustainable competitive advantage. It begins by defining marketing strategy. Marketing strategy is a process of translating business objectives and strategies into market activities, taking into consideration the competitive market environment, customers, and retailer capabilities. In the micro environment, consists of forces close to the company that affects its ability to serve customers such as trends in the chosen product, market, public, suppliers, and competitors. In the macro environment, includes societal forces like political, economic, demographic, social, cultural, ethical, and technological factors. In the political and legal environment, it includes government actions that impact retail businesses through legislation, competition policy, and planning regulations. In the economic environment, affects disposable incomes, inflation, taxes, rents, employees' costs, and other expenses of running a retail business. And globalization of retailing and technological advancement also play a significant role in the industry, where the sociological and cultural environment, as well as technological developments, are important factors in the retail market. New technologies can create opportunities for those who can capitalize on them and lead to revolutionary changes in the market. And next, the five important principles of a retail strategy. First, the customer is the most important person in your business. Second, retail is detail. Third, understand the six P's of the retail marketing mix, such as product, price, place, promotion, and presentation, and people. Fourth, go to the extra mile for your customers. And fifth, location is the key in retail success.
So we have this so-called open to buy. So it is an inventory management strategy that helps retailers to calculate how many products they need to buy. This includes physical inventory, on-hand and in transit, as well as any outstanding orders. An OTB or open to buy can be calculated in units or dollars, but it is usually calculated in terms of cash as there are variation in cost between products. OTB plans are also incredibly flexible. Apply one to a single product category, a department, or across your entire retail business. So the next one is the strategies used to devise a target market. First, you need to determine the target market approach. Second, select specific target markets. Third, study characteristics, needs, and attributes of target markets. Fourth, examine how consumers make decisions by product category. And lastly, develop and then appropriate retail strategy mixes for target markets chosen. So the target market strategies are important because they provide a foundation of business plans and budgets for growth and product development. Businesses that create a target market strategy are more likely to reach potential consumers and encouraging existing customers to continue purchasing from a company. So once companies set up a target market strategy, they can replicate the internal processes each time they choose to reach a new audience, making target market strategies more cost effective. So the next one is Michael Porter's 5 forces model. So this model guides businesses in determining the intensity of competition and potential profitability within their market, helping them better understand where power lies in their sector. So Porter's model was meant to critique perfectly competitive business models, unlike in the real world markets where competitors aren't just rivals and firms in specific industries tends to rise and fall together.
To continue the discussions on Chapter 5, let's start with product differentiation. So when products are identical, they become commodities, leading to consumers to choose the cheapest options. Marketing rules is to differentiate products by adding value such as better customer service, extended warranties, and increased availability. Competition and SWOT analysis. Retailers must understand the ranges of competition by studying competitors. A true SWOT analysis comparing the retailer's position with competitors helps form a strong strategy. Next is supplier relationships. Retailers rely on suppliers and should maintain close communication, especially with key product suppliers. While retailers identify market trends, suppliers handle product development. We have also retail buyer activities. Activities, retail buyers select product, source merchandise, and manage relationships with suppliers impacting the retailer's success. Also, internal influences, which is the frontline employees, directly affect customer satisfaction and service quality. Next is support staff, ensure smooth operations behind the scenes. Next is formal groups. Trade unions and staff associations influence workplace policies. Also part of internal influences, we have the non-human resources. Technology and financial assets support retail operations. And also we have the retail management and employee relations. Effective retail management and good management and marketing skills, employee dissatisfactions can negatively impact customer experience, underscoring the importance of internal marketing. Retailers need to continuously adapt to stay relevant, including reassessing store layouts and locations. Next is customer relations. Attracting and satisfying customer is important. Customer can significantly impact or harm the business. Addressing customer complaints quickly can repair relationships and prevent further damage. And lastly, all marketers must decide how broadly they should explore their environment. And this process is called surveillance filter, which measures the breadth of study undertaken. The surveillance filter helps determine which categories require in-depth study undertaken. The surveillance filter helps determine which categories require in-depth study and which only a need quick overview.
So chapter 6 is about CATMAN strategy. The learning objectives is what is category management, identify the components of category management, review the factors that influence category management, evaluate the relation between category management and strategic sourcing, lastly, review the guiding principles of category management. So, category management has assumed greater significance in the retail world. It is a systematic approach that enables customization of strategic business units derived from a product category. So, if you look at what a typical product category entails, it is nothing but the aggregation of similar products. So the Catman concept was introduced in the 1980s to promote long-term trade relationship between suppliers and retailers. The objective was to grow sales and increase revenues. So the category management strategies aim to satisfy the needs of both the buyers and the sellers in terms of product, what they want, the place where they want, time when they want, and price what they are willing to pay. So, one of the most essential components of category management is sharing of business critical information between suppliers and retailers. So, this strategy lays greater emphasis on leveraging the enduring relation between retailers and suppliers. So, in simple terms, category management is grouping similar products in one category. Similarity can be in terms of consumption, physical characteristics, pricing, or any other parameters. It is important for the salespeople to be aware of CATMAN strategies, as sales strategies are dependent on the former.
Promotion strategies depend the type of the category and the marketing strategy. Strategies can be varied depending on the ultimate goal: rebuilding traffic, protecting market share, generating profits, or enhancement of image. Retailers often adopt a cross-category analysis, comparing to the targeted category with a group of similar categories. Cross-category analysis involves qualitative and quantitative estimates to extract consumer, retailer, and market data. For example, how important is the category to the retailer's target consumer? How important is the category to the retailer's competitors? And how is the market attuned to changes in this category? Category management depends on the process. It helps an organization to create a unique competitive edge. Organizations will have a better understanding of the challenges that retailer faces and will able to relate the retailer's needs for profit and expectations of margins. Category management is different from strategic sourcing in terms of the time horizon and in terms of the scope and sales of activities. Category management capability has transcended organizational boundaries. Strategic sourcing became a pioneering concept in the 1980s and 1990s. Sourcing managers used strategic sourcing to rationalize suppliers, aggregate buying power, reducing pricing, and improve supplier performance. Information sharing became one of the important prerequisites for strategic sourcing. However, globalization of business necessitated the need to think beyond strategic sourcing. Both strategic sourcing and category management organize and processes and resources around the supply markets, but category management sources the market categories and manages them on an ongoing basis. Guiding principles of category management. Clearly defined strategy is a must. This strategy brings into the focus the consumer positioning, the competitive differentiation, allocation of resources, and the desired outcomes. Roles and responsibilities for all functions within category management must be clearly defined. Alignment of key performance measures for all functions across the organization is essential. The supplier relationship strategy and plan must be clearly defined. Expectations must be clarified with partners through engagement sessions. Development and application of organization skills is crucial. Support tools and information system must be in place so that information is available for improving the quality of decisions. Frequency of communication within the organization and across organizational boundaries will help strengthen clarity of purpose and influence a greater commitment in inter-organizational relationships. And last is governance mechanisms must be in place to facilitate effective control of the category management process.
In summary, the key guiding principles of category management include having a clearly defined strategy, roles and responsibilities, alignment of performance measures, a supplier relationship strategy, organizational development, support tools and information systems, frequent communication, and governance mechanisms. Retailers have realized the importance of customizing the category management process to their unique capabilities and operating practices, making it an essential part of their success in today's competitive retail landscape.